So far, we have covered sets, right? Till sets type in Python sequences. So today, we're going to see the dictionary items. Okay, dictionary is another sequence, but this is not a typical sequence like list, set, or tuples. So this is kind of it will store key value pairs. Okay, dictionary as name suggests, like we in normal dictionary will be having words and their respective meanings, right? So similarly in Python dictionary will be having a key and a value. So we can access any values which were stored in the dictionary using key value. Okay, and until Python 3.6 version, dictionaries are unordered. Like there won't be any specific order. So in the recently released Python 3.7 and greater than like 3.7 onwards, like dict items are ordered basically. So they'll be kind of indefinite order. So if we're adding any new items, those will be sitting at the very end of the dictionary, similar to lists. Okay, and items are changeable. We'll be kind of able to make changes. We can update a key with new value, or we can delete keys, or we can add new keys. Like we can perform all sort of operations on dictionaries, and it won't allow any duplicates. So as name suggests, dictionary is having key value pairs, right? So we won't be able to store two keys with the same name. So keys should be unique. Even if we are giving two same keys, dictionary will be considering the last occurrence of the key. Okay, it will consider last occurrence and it will remove all the like previous occurrences of key. So how we can create a dictionary? So you can create dictionary using curly braces. Just be cautious here. Like even we'll be performing same thing for sets, right? We'll be creating sets using curly braces, right? So within this curly braces, if you are giving key value pairs, this is key. One is key here, and this one word is value. So if you are giving key value pairs here, then Python will automatically interpret this as a dictionary object. For not providing them in key value pairs, it will be treated as a set, which we have already covered. We can also do one more thing, like we can use dict keyword, right? We have dict keyword, we can use dict keyword and we can pass list of tuples, okay? I think it should be list of tuples. We have a list and we have tuples in that. And first element, first element of the tuple will be key and second element will be the value for dictionary. And also we can use some comprehension techniques as well. Like we have seen list comprehension, right? Similarly, we can perform it for dict as well. Like we need to take this will be key and this will be value. And for key comma value in this tuple, right? List of tuples. The iterable should be this format basically. Key and value pairs. And dictionaries can hold any types of data. There is no restriction to the data which we are storing here. We can store any sort of thing, literally any sort of data frames or like any sort of data types, complex data types, we can store in dictionary. Okay. So as I said, if we are not giving any if you are not giving it in key type like key value pairs, then Python will automatically treat it as a set. Okay. I think it's connecting to runtime. You can see this is treated as a set now. Okay. So correct way to initialize dictionary is we should always have key value pairs here. Like we have one here and one as a what here. Okay. And we have two else. Let me do A here. I do B here. And for key 3 we are having C and for key 4 we are having D. Okay. Now this will be kind of treated as a dictionary. Just be careful in that case. Okay. Okay, now I have two dictionaries with me, which I have created using like two different ways here. Okay. Now I can perform any sort of operations. If I add any new item here, okay, dig two dot. If I'm adding any new item, let's say I'm adding 8 over here, okay. If I'm adding 8 over here and I'm giving value of I over here, okay. If I try to access dig2 now, that 8 will be sitting at the very end of the dictionary. The reason being dictionaries are ordered in our case. And if I'm updating like diction, like if I am trying to insert any value which is already present, okay, in dictionary, let's see what happens here. Okay, I think I have given it as a string. If you can see that now this just ignore this one. I have given a 7 in string format. If you see this, we already have 7 with G here, right? That will be replaced with IG here. Okay. And if I are giving any duplicates here, like let's say I have 7G and I'm giving one more key with uh 6 and I'm giving some FE here. Okay. If I try accessing it now, you can see that even though we have assigned 6 as first thing, this will be overwritten by like latest assignment. It won't consider duplicates in this case. Okay. And as I said, it can hold any types of data. If you see dictionary here, for key value one, I'm holding list, and key value two, I'm holding set, and key value three, I'm holding tuple. Just instead of typing it again, let me take it from here. I think it's not happening here. Let me just type a simple dictionary with complex values in that. Okay. I have one, two, three, and I have one more key which will be 2 and it is storing a dictionary within a dictionary. Okay. And 2 will contain comma a 3. Okay. This will be my dict 3. So for accessing these items, it will remain same. Like now let me try to access dict 3 of 2. I can get this dictionary. So within dictionary, if I need to access again, we need to subscript it again with the key value which we wanted to store, like retrieve. So from dict3, I'm accessing key value 2, which is again storing dictionary in that. And from that dictionary, I'm kind of trying to access value of 3, key value 3. So it can go like to any depth. We can have any like levels of dictionary and we can kind of access them using the same indexing principles. Okay. Now accessing items. So as I said, like we need to use the key value. Like we can use key value. Like only then, like we can return. Like it will return us the respective value. So dict1 of 1 will give us 1, and we can also do it using get method. Okay, the difference between both is like get is kind of more enhanced one. If I am trying to access 4 from here, dict3, you can see it will throw error saying that a key 4 is not found. Okay. But if we can use get here key value and then you can use some default value. If you are not using any default value, it won't throw any error. If key is found, it will return the key. If key is not found, it won't return anything. Okay. Let's say I can also assign some default value. So there may be cases where you might want to access key value pairs, and if like key is not present in dictionary, in that case you might want to do some other operation, right? So such scenarios, instead of using direct key as index, you can use get. So using get, it will avoid error, and also like you can see that it will print us the default value. So if key 4 is found, it will return key. If key 4 is not found, then it will return any default value. It can be anything. It can be string, or it can be integer, or it can be set, or it can be empty dictionary. You can specify anything over here. Okay. And let's say I'm trying to access key value 3. It will, okay, we have 3. Okay, so we don't have 3 as well, right? So if we can call, if key is found, it will just return the value, and if key is not found, it will return the default value which we have given here. If nothing is provided, then it will return none. Okay, so this is one advantage of using get. And then we can return all the keys available in dictionary as an iterable object. Okay, this will be the dict keys object. If we are doing dict1 dot keys, it will be iterable object. Same with values. Using dot values, you can access all the values. And if I are giving items, it will give all the key value pairs in like tuple format, tuples of keys and values. Okay, let me try it out now. So this dict2, right, with 6 keys, and fam dict2 dot keys. You can see these are dict keys object. Okay, this is a iterable. Okay, you can kind of change it to any format you want. You can change it to list. If you give list of dict2 keys, it will be kind of converted to Python list. And you can give tuple also here. Any format. You can also make it set. So it will just give it will be converted to the respective format which we have defined here. Okay, and if I'm giving values, same happens. We have 567 as keys, right? Dict2 dot values. Now it will return all the values stored here in iterable, like as a iterable. You see this dict values, right? This is nothing but iterable. You can iterate through that. If I give type of dict2 dot values here, you can see dict values. This is the type of this return object which is given by the dict values. Okay, and from this you can iterate through this object. And same goes with items. Okay, dict2 dot items. You can see it will be getting a list of tuples. The first value of tuple will be key, and second value will be the value. Okay, keys and values. So you can kind of iterate through this as well. Okay, let's say for key comma value in dict2 dot items. Print. So you can see I can kind of print one by one. Like first one will be key, and second one will be E. And like for 6 key we are having FE, and for 7 we are having G, right? So you can kind of use iterate like you can iterate through dict items in this way, and you can access the respective key and value pairs. Okay. Okay. And if you see this keys, values, and items, those are views of the dictionary on which it is being called. Okay. So views in the sense it will just create a view of the dictionary similar to SQL view, SQL views, right? So if you are performing any sort of changes on the dictionary, so those will be reflected in these keys and values and items methods. Okay. Let's say I have this dict 5. So I have dict5 right now. Like if I access dict5 dot keys, you can see we have this ABCD here. Now I'm adding one more key to this dict5. Okay, and it will be E, and it's being assigned to value number 5. Now if I try accessing dict5 again, you can see this. This will reflect the like latest added keys as well. If you are removing anything, or if you are adding any keys, or if you are changing any values, those will be automatically reflected with these keys, values, and items methods. So these are basically just views of the dictionary. And you can also check if key is present or not using in operator. We have this membership operator, right? Similar to lists and these things, you can also use that. Like let's say a in dict file. If I'm directly trying to check if this is present in dict5 or not, automatically dict5 will search keys of it. Like it will check if this value is present in keys, and it will return as the true or false based on that. If it is found, it will return true. If it is not found, it will return false. So 2 in dict5. So here 2 is present as a value in dictionary, not as a key in dictionary. That's the reason it is giving us false here. Okay. And then change and add items. We have seen, right? Like we have two ways using which we can do that. Like we can directly perform assignment. Like let's say we have new key, can directly assign that key in this format. Like it should be dict1 of key name and then the value. And also we can use update method. Okay, using update method, we can kind of update dictionary, like one dictionary with other dictionary. Okay. Let's see how it practically works. Okay. Then we have dict5 here, right? And we have dict6. Okay. Now I have dict6 also with me, and you have already seen like how we can add a single value, right? Dict e is equal to 5. I have did same thing. So you will see here we have dict5 and 6, right? If I perform dict5 dot update of dict6 here, it will just update dict5 with the dict6 items. Can see that dict6 items also updated here in dict5 at once. Okay. And if it like if items are already present, let's say I have this I'm giving a key value of c and I'm assigning it 33 over here. Okay. And if second dict already contains the keys which are present in first dictionary which we are updating, then those will be replaced by this only. Okay. Now this c will replace the C, like initial C of the dict file. Now you can see that C value is changed to 33. So update, as name suggests, it will just update values. If any values are found, it will just update them. If values are not found, it will update them in the dictionary as a new values. Okay. And then removing items. Okay. Here we can also kind of do same thing. Okay. We can use pop. Like similar to this, we can just use dict dot pop of key. Okay. Let's say from dict5, I am removing 11, key value 11. Okay. And if I execute now dict5, okay, I think it's G, right? Not 11. Now just removed dict5 now. So it will just return me the value which it has removed. So now I am removing key G from dict5, and G is holding value of 11, right? So this will automatically return 11 for me. So if I am trying same operation again, since key G is already removed, then it won't be able to do that again, right? In this case, it will throw error. So to avoid these sort of things, what we can do is we can just use some other thing, like say value, like placeholder. In this case, it won't throw any error. If G is found, it will just remove it. If Z is not found, it will just return this value. Okay. And pop item. Pop item, like it won't allow us to specify anything like which item needs to be removed. And similar to list to pop, it will kind of remove the last inserted one. Since it is ordered one, like it will be kind of LIF or last in first out sort of thing, right? So last one will be removed first. Okay. And then we have clear and delete method, similar to other list and these things. Like if we do dict dot clear, it will clear the whole dictionary. And if you perform delete of dictionary, it will completely delete it from the memory. Okay. and then looping through dicts. I have shown you, right? Like using for loop, we can loop through dict dot keys, you can loop through dict dot values, and you can loop through dict dot items as well. Like items will give us key value pairs. One like one useful case here is, let's say we are having some simple dictionary, like storing 15 student names, right? And if I have been tasked to print all the student names, I can't do it at once, like using a single print for each statement, right? For in that case, what you can do for name comma, like rs it will be student name and his roll number, okay? Name comma roll number in student info. Student info is nothing but a dictionary, right? And you can perform any sort of operation here, okay? You can just print name and roll number, or else you can perform any other complex operations as well here, okay? And then copying it. So copying it, we can do it in two ways. Similar to list and set, we can't just kind of normally assign them. Like if I do dict6 is equal to dict5, what this will be doing is, this will just create a reference of dictionary 5 in dictionary 6, okay? Dictionary 6 will be just reference of dict 5. Whatever changes we are making in dict 5, those will be reflected here. If I'm changing dict 5 of d and I'm making it 4, you can say I have updated dict 5. Now if you try to access dict 6, same thing, like this will be reflected here as well, okay? So for these cases, what we can do is, we just can call dict.copy method. Okay. This will actually perform copy. So now I'm changing it again to 44 here. Okay, dict5. And if I say dict6, dict6 remain will like same, the previously assigned value, and dict5 will now contain the latest updated value. Okay. Can do it in two ways. And we can also perform same thing using one short syntax. Okay. Let's say dict7 is equal to dict of dict6. So even this will be performing same thing. Okay. Here it is just like creating copy of dict5, and here it is creating a dictionary out of dictionary 6. Okay. It's taking dictionary 6 and it kind of in turn creating a new dictionary object, and it's being assigned to dict7. So now this is kind of not a reference. This is actual dictionary object, and any changes in 6 won't affect the dict7. These are the two ways which we can use for copying the dictionaries. Okay. And then we have nested dicts, right? As I said, we have this, we can store one dictionary with another. We can go like to any depth. Okay. Let's say I have dict 5. I can keep on going inside this. Okay. How many levels of dictionary? I can store any levels. Okay. In first, I have like one dictionary, and within this dictionary I'll be having another dictionary, within dictionary I'll be having another dictionary, so I can keep on going. And for accessing, as I like as we discussed before, we just need to index it properly. Okay, we just need to go on with the nested index one by one, which value we need to access. And then we have from keys. Okay, from keys, what this will be doing is, let's say if we need to create a dictionary initially with some predefined keys, but we don't have any values to assign, what we can do is, let's say I have dict 8 here. What I can do is dict dot from keys, and I can give whatever keys I wanted. Okay, 5 6 7 8 9, and I can define one value here, like some placeholder. Okay, from keys or from keys. Okay, it's from keys, not no underscore here. Okay, and if I try accessing dictate now, you can see that it has created a dictionary with these keys from 1 to 8 and it has assigned a single value which will be placeholder for this dictionary. Okay. And then we have some, okay, this is all about dictionaries, okay, and dictionary types. Okay, you can play with many things here, like you can form a small function like to iterate through dict items, and we can perform some values based on that key value pairs. You can perform some operations, sort of things. Okay, now we have some special types. So I think you might have came across none type, right? By now, like we have used it none type at many places. Okay, and what null type basically do, it will just assign an empty value. Okay, it will initialize a variable with none value. If I'm doing like var1 and I'm making it none. So it will do nothing. If I'm trying to print this, it will just print none as the value. Okay, none. And if I'm trying to access var1 here, it will return nothing. The reason being this is a just placeholder. None will assign an empty value to the variable. It won't do any sort of thing. Okay. That is one thing. One more thing which we am discussing here is escape sequences or escape characters. Okay. So why these escape characters are used? So we have some special characters which we can't use inside strings. Okay. When we are forming a string, we can't use some set of special characters within string. Okay. For such cases, we can use these escape characters. Okay. For example, we have this. I have this. My name is Mahesh, which is in double quotes, and within this name again, I have this Mahesh in double quotes. Okay. So in this case, this will throw error saying that invalid syntax. The reason being we can't use double quotes within double quotes. Okay. In this case, what I can do is I can just escape it. If I do this backslash here, it will just escape this sequence saying that this won't signify any meaning here. You can just print it as is. Okay, this is the uh, way how we can escape sequences and print, like how we are intending to print them. We can do that same way. Okay, using this escape sequences. These are some commonly used one. This you can escape quotes, singular, double quotes. You can escape these slashes, and this slash t is nothing but escape sequence for tab. So within string, if you need to have some tab, instead of manually typing four spaces, you can just use slash t. It will just append four spaces within string. Same with slash n for new lines. N will be for new line. Okay, escape sequence for new line. If you are performing slash n, it will print string till this part, and from slash n to next part will be coming in the next line. Okay, instead of typing two prints in two different lines. Okay, let's see. So I have one doubt. Yeah. Yesterday I will type this slash one on the length of string one by one. Yesterday's assignment. నేను అసైన్మెంట్ ఇచ్చాను కదా. దాంతో వన్ బై వన్ లెంత్ ప్రింట్ చేయమన్నప్పుడు ఇట్లా చక్కగా లైన్ లో లేకోకుండా వన్ బై వన్ ప్రింట్ కావాలన్నప్పుడు స్లాష్ అని నేను ఇచ్చిన దానికే ఇన్పుట్ నాట్ డిఫైన్ స్లాష్ అండ్ అనేది విత్ ఇన్ స్ట్రింగ్ ఇవ్వాలి. బయట కాదు, లైక్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు గివ్ ఇట్ ఇన్ విత్ ఇన్ స్ట్రింగ్. లెట్స్ సే ఐఎమ్ గివింగ్ ఇట్ హియర్. ఓకే, we have list, right? Let's say we have dict 8 here. Dict 8 dot keys, right? And I think if I'm using for by default, I don't need to give any sort of for I in list of dict 8 dot keys. I can just do print here. If I'm giving print, like even like slash n, I don't need any slash n here. The reason being for is iteration. For I, for key value 1, it will iterate through whole dict. For value 1, it will print I. For value 2, it will print this. So there are few, like as you said, let's say I have string here, right? String 1. String 1 is equal to Mahesh, and string 2 Bhanu, and string, okay, I am giving some spaces here, right? and I have string 3 as Arun, right? And let's say I need to print them at once. Okay, I can give print of string 1, okay, and string 2 and string 3, okay. I am printing 3 within a same this thing, and I just need to escape it. What this will be doing is after printing, we need to give in quotes. You might have given it as normal slash n. So that's the reason it might have thrown error saying that n is not defined. Okay. If I print this now, you can see this string 1 is printed, and then string 2 is printed, and then string 3 is printed. Okay, it will just after printing like a string 1, it will encounter this slash n. So automatically the print will determine that second should be going into next line. And again after this it encountered one more line, and it will just move on to the next line, and it will print the third string. Okay, this is the use of escape sequence. And also you can do same thing using T, right? Slash T will be for tab. Instead of printing them in a line, you can kind of separate them using tab as well. So for output formatting, these slash T and slash N are kind of they'll be of very useful when we are performing some output formatting using print. Okay, and then constants. So in Python, we don't have any such concept called constant. Okay, that's up to us. While we are programming, we need to determine which should be like constant and which should be a variable. Okay, but one way usually all the Python developers will follow is they'll be defining constants using capital letters. Let's say till now we have seen like mix of letters or mix of these things, right? Let's say if I need to define any variable, I can do in capital letters constant 1, and I can make it a constant. Okay, 456. So if we perform like if we follow this standard, okay, whoever any programmer who is going through our code, they'll kind of after encountering this thing, they'll automatically understand, okay, this is a constant in my program, and I shouldn't be changing that. So that's the only way how we can define constants here. There is no like a constant type in CPP and Java. We have this constant final keywords, right? There is no such concept here. It's ourselves. We need to take care of this constants, like how we define constants here. Okay. There will be many constants where, like, let's say we have value of pi, right, which will be some 3.412 something. So all these sort of constants you can define using capital letters. That's like as per peptide standard. So we have some peptide standards which we'll be discussing when we are doing our actual programs, so actual projects. When you're working on projects at the end of this course, I will be kind of coming across many peptide standards. Okay, because peptide standards are the one which will distinguish us from other programmers. Okay, see, everyone can code. If they learn Python, everyone can code, but we need to follow Pepite. We need to adhere to Pepite standards. Only then the guys who are reviewing our code, the guys who are interviewing us, they'll come to know, okay, this guy has some solid grasp of Python, and he's like kind of very well versed with Pepite, like how we can properly structure his program. Okay. So we'll cover all the Pepite standards, like most usually Pepite standards are when we are working on the actual projects. Okay. And then the final one for this session is inputs and outputs. We have this Python inputs and output, right? So as you have seen, we'll be using print for output. Okay, for outputting any things to console, we'll be using print statement. Okay, in print function, we can perform many things. It's kind of basically very powerful. Print is very powerful tool. Okay, and if you see here, I am doing print hello into 3. So I can perform all sort of string formatting within print only. If I do this thing, what this will be doing is this will just give hello 3 times. Okay. And if I am giving slash and here, it will just give hello 3 times in different lines. Okay. And I am printing two variables, A and B. A comma B, and I can use some separator here. Okay. I can use some separator here. So we have seen this particular thing, right? Print string 1, string 2, string 3. And I have given two things here. So instead of doing this here, what I can do is I can just use a separator here. Separator is equal to, let's say, slash n. Okay. You can see I have just used a separator keyword which has printed three strings in three different lines. Okay, I can use any separator here. I can use some sort of plus 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 plus, and it will just separate it using that given separator. Okay, and then we have this end here, right? Let's say right now we have seen this assignment, right, where we are printing even numbers from 1 to 100 or 1 to 50. So for number in range of 1 comma 50, now I want to check if number is even or not. Okay, and I have to print it. Okay, print num. So now if I'm doing this, you can see this is by kind of bit clumsy, like it is printing one number in one line, which is kind of not readable, right, for us. So what we can do here is we can use this end, okay? End is equal to, and we can specify any sort of separator here, okay? Some sort of separator here. And if you see here, I'm kind of getting it is kind of, it is bit readable and it looks clean now. I've printed all the numbers from 2 to 50 and which are even, and it's kind of straightforward. Okay. You can use end for this purpose. Okay. And then we have some special formattings. Okay. We have some special formattings. Till now we have seen these variables, like we can define variables and we can do this, right? But in this case, let's say I'm printing, I have name with me and I have roll number with me and I have my marks. Okay. I have these three variables and I wanted to print them. The one way I can do is, let's say marks are comma marks, and then I can do, okay, sorry, roll number is roll number. So this is one way which I can use to print these three variables. Okay, okay, I think I have events incorrect thing. You can see roll number is 1131, name is Mahesh, and marks are this, right? Okay, just trying to format it in some meaningful way. You can see roll number is sorry, my bad. So this is one way which we can use, right? So same thing we can do in a different way. Okay, print of. So the first and second are basically doing same thing. They are printing my like our roll number, name, and marks. Okay, in format which we are intended to. So if you see this percentile I, percentile S, and percentile F, right? So these are kind of within string. I am having these placeholders. Percentile I is for integer, percentile S is for string, and percentile F is for floating point, right? And I'm kind of just using after forming my string, I'm just using this percentile outside, which will kind of fetch all the placeholders present within string, and it will kind of I am passing like for which one I need to print which one. Okay. For this, I am printing roll number, which is integer, and for percentage, it is this is nothing but name, and percentage of is marks. Okay. Now, this is kind of within, we have this floating point and these things, right? We can format it. Now, if you see here, we have 75.52220. This is kind of bit ugly. We don't need to that precision. Let's say I wanted to have only two decimal with precision two. I need only two decimal places. What I can do is percentile 0.2f. So I am telling this formatter here that just print only two decimal places. Okay, from the floating point number. This is way, and there is one more way. Let me. So I can do using this format keyword as well. This format is nothing but this is the string formatter. Okay. I can use this placeholder as flower brackets here, and I can give format. Within format, I can pass all the values which I needed. So if you see here, this is kind of same to this percentile placeholder, but here we are kind of formatting it in different way. And if I print it, it will do the same thing. Okay. So far you can like what you can avoid this percentile just for your idea. Like you might face these sort of questions in interviews, right? That's why I'm telling this. But mostly you'll go with this formatting, and there is one more F string. Okay, I'll be showing this next. If you see here, you have this format, right? And we have this roll number, name, and marks. Let's say we have name, roll number, and marks defined, right? Name is coming first. Like we have defined name as the first variable, and roll number as the second variable, and marks as the third one. Okay. And if I print it in same way, you can see roll number is Mahesh. The reason being name is occurring first here. So you can specify the positions here. Okay. First, we have roll number, right? We can specify one because 0, 1, 2, right? We have three here. At 0th position, we have name. And at first position, we have roll number. And at second position, we have marks. Okay. I can, using this format, I can pass positions as well here, like which needs to be printed when. Okay. You can see now roll number is this, marks are like name is this, and marks are this. Okay, you can actually pass positions, and you can define format such that it will print. So one more easiest way to do this is the like most preferred one. Even I'll be doing using the same thing when performing print operations. Okay, you can use this F string. You have this F here, right? This is nothing but F literal F string. We'll call this F strings and say row number is this, and name is this, and marks are this. Okay, you see that after giving F string, if I remove this F string here, you can observe these brackets over here. Those are in red. If I am appending F string here, those will automatically turn green, saying that F string is capturing them. Okay, I can directly give variables here. Okay, roll number, and then we have name, and then we have marks. So this is the simplest way which we can use for our string formatting. Okay, this is very powerful one when we are working with the programs and we need to print logs to the logger or some console. Okay, and here I can perform same formatting here. Okay, marks I have this in this format, right? Floating point, and I can use this define precision to which it's need to be printed. Okay, now I have this marks variable, and I need to print only two decimal places here. I can specify this within F string. Okay. Okay, I think pretty much I have covered all the required things from our input. Okay, what we can, sorry, output using print function, and same we have input. Okay, input. I think you have seen that I am using input, right, in few cases for getting input from user. So this is same thing. So the input keyword here, it will accept input from user. Okay, it will take input from user and it will perform operations on that. Okay. So input will always return a string. Okay, whichever we are giving inside input, that will be a string. Okay, we need to convert it. Let's say we are asking for roll number and name and mark sort of thing. So roll number, even though user is entering integer value, that will be treated as a string by input function and it will return a string only. So we need to typecast it. We need to convert it to different data type. Okay. And then it can accept like we have some small trick using which we can accept multiple inputs as well, like for multiple users. Okay. Let's see all those things here. Now let's say I have name with me, input of, please enter your name. Okay. And then I have roll number again. Okay, and I'm current now. I'm taking three inputs from user. Okay, three inputs which and three are name, roll number, and marks, and I'm assigning them to variable name, roll number, and marks. Okay, now this will be provided to us by user. So I'm giving name, and then I'm giving roll number, and I'm giving marks. Okay, I've given three things right now. If I check for type of name, this will be string, which is what we wanted. Okay, we wanted name to be in string format. But if you see roll number, even roll number and mark will be in string format. Okay, but we wanted them in the respective format. In such case, what you can do is you can just perform typecasting here. You can just perform data type conversion here itself. Okay. Now I am defining three things, and one is roll number, one is sorry, name, roll number, and marks. And roll number will be integer type, and marks will be floating point. Okay, and I can just perform same thing again. Then if I check roll number, it will be integer, and for float it will be sorry, marks. It will be of floating point type. Okay. So this is basically input, like which we can kind of use for accepting user inputs. Okay. And also we have this multiple inputs, right? Let's say I need to accept all this in a single line. Okay. What I can do is what I can do here. Okay. This is a tricky one. Okay, it's not just it will become handy when we wanted to take multiple inputs from user instead of defining three different inputs here, right? Okay, and if you see here, or else what you can do is, let's say I'm having a student one, two, three because this will be a similar type, right? Name one, comma, name two, comma, name three. So, what I am doing here is taking three names. Okay, it will prompt for please enter your name separated by space. Okay, and I'm entering again our names. Okay, okay, I think I have given incorrect. This should be split. You can see that I have given three names, and if you check now, name one, name two, name three, it will assign these three names which we have given to these three variables. Okay, in cases where we might have multiple, we need to accept multiple inputs at once, we can perform this sort of some tweaked input operation. Okay, so I think this is pretty much it for today's session, and I think we still have 5 more minutes left. Okay, and let me go back to the console here. I think you haven't seen this sort of formatting, right? So this will be the same formatting. So this print function with the string formatting is kind of very powerful thing. So in basic interview questions, you can encounter a lot of things, not only in Python, even in other programming languages, you'll be encountering many these things. Okay, these sort of questions. Let's say here, the question will be in this way. So user should write a program which will take input, okay, from user, some random value, let's say number. It will take number from user which will be enter a number. Okay, now I'm entering a number. It will take input from user and it needs to print a triangle. Okay, triangle which consists of stars. Okay, it should print a triangle in star format. It should print a triangle which is filled with formed using stars. Okay, star symbol. Okay, how we can do that using this formatting here is, okay, for so I can just do this thing here. Okay, it's asking for number and I'm giving some number, and you can see that it is printing me a, right angle, sorry, left angle triangle here. Okay, this is a left angle triangle, right? Like we have this, I'm not sure whether it's a left or right angle, but this is one of that, and you can kind of beautify it a bit. Okay, if needed, let's say I need to make it more beautiful, and you can see this is now a perfect right or left angle triangle. Okay, you'll be encountering these sort of questions. This might look simple, like these are very simple questions, but they'll be asking this to check your basic understandings. Okay, this print is very basic one here, but you can use this to perform some complex operations. Okay, and if I do same thing here, okay, let's see. This is my left angle or right angle, whatever it is. I'm not sure which it is. Okay, and this is number. Okay. Okay, I think I forgot to append brackets over here because I'm trying to subtract string with integer. So now the same thing. This is now a right angle triangle here, right? Okay, whatever it is whether it is right angle or left angle. Okay, so these are two. This is again the new one. So you can play with these sort of figures. Okay, if you type in, like if you search in Google for this interview questions with Python print, they'll be asking n number of shapes. They'll be asking you to print n number of shapes using these sort of conditions. If you see now, like I have printed three types of triangles now. Okay, this is my first. I have printed a right angled one, and this is my right angled one. And if I am appending space here, then this will become my left angled one. And if I'm appending space here, then this will become my what to say, I don't know what we'll call this triangle, but this is a perfect triangle. Okay, so there will be a lot of these sort of questions which will be available. So just try to go through over that, and you can feel free to play with input and print. So you have to do, like you can play with these things in your own. Like you can sort of accept many sort of inputs. You can sort of print them using many formats. You can employ all string formats. Okay, I'll come up with some good use case by clubbing all the things which we have covered so far. Right, starting from the very first class variables, right? So I'll be coming up with two or three good assignments and I'll be sharing it with you, okay? Probably by end of the day or tomorrow. Okay, I think this is pretty much it for